People, I drove down from Lafayette, General Lafayette area today to New Orleans, back to Bayou Segnet State Park. Drove in to New Orleans around 7 o'clock, set up on Frenchman closer to where all the clubs were, and I was kind of all alone for the first half hour. And I was thinking how quiet it was, and then this fiddle player showed up and gave me some money and hung out. People started to come around, and then he took out his fiddle, and as he took out his fiddle, Malcolm pulled up on his bicycle with his drum. So we started jamming, and then this other guy showed up who played trumpet, and I think he might have been the reincarnation of Louis Armstrong, in all seriousness. He reeked of cigarettes and alcohol, this guy, but he played like no trumpet player I've ever heard before. And he sang. He's basically been doing it since he's 4 years old. He's in the Treme brass band. So they invited me down to this thing at the Candlelight. After all the struggles of trying to find a gig, I got offered 3 gigs on the same night at one time. Basically, they told me about this gig at the Candlelight and told me to bring the accordion. Then I met this guy dressed up in women's clothing who was wearing a cape and black makeup and pulling a wagon of musical instruments the other night when I was on Frenchman and Royal. And he gave me some money, and he called me 5 minutes after the Treme brass band guys invited me down to their thing and told me that their opening act pulled out last minute on Wednesday, and that they were going to have some jugglers, and then I could go on and play whatever I wanted for as long as I wanted, and then they would go on. So I had to turn him down. Now, before any of this, earlier today, Rudy, this older man from Honduras who saw me on the corner and gave me this CD with like chickens and all kinds of noises on it mixed with this song. He wants me to play accordion on it, and that's also Wednesday, but that's early on Wednesday, 6 o'clock, so I can do that. Lastly, while I was sitting on the corner trying to figure out what I was going to do about the Treme brass band and the guy dressed up as a girl band opening act slot, this guy came up to me and said he heard me before on the corner with the 4 of us playing, and that he's an arborist, and he is gonna put me up in a tree tomorrow to play, because he's looking to write a grant to put musicians in trees.